All right, so we got it in the new PhiPower device. I just unboxed it. It comes beautifully packaged in plastic, and already open it up here. I already opened it up to take a sneak peek, so I took off the plastic protective sides, but just a lovely box. And being in the printing and packaging business, this just it reminds me of Apple-like packaging. Matter of fact, it says uh, Dutch design, made in China, which is kind of interesting. So in there you get your instructions, which we'll go over real quickly in a second here. It's not all that difficult at all. You get your device itself. Lovely new device here. We'll go over that in a second as well. Nice phone protection. And in there, underneath this other little section here, you get your USB charger, which we have a charger for the first use. I like to do that. And two other little units which comprise of the inhalation. You can use it as an inhaler, which is more for people with respiratory issues. A lot of people with long COVID, I heard, have been using this and trying this. I don't use it for that, so we'll cover that in a separate video. I'll set this up and we'll do a different video on that. So go with that later. So before we go too far, I just want to cover. I have other videos on what a hydrogen device is and the benefits and all that. Just to give you an idea, I want to touch on a couple things. Before we get to the device itself, the proposed health benefits are actually quite numerous. So it's only been around for about 20 years. This whole hydrogen infused water, sector, let's call it. But it has anti-toxin and anti-inflammatory properties, or helps as an antitoxin against free radicals, and it helps as an anti-inflammatory. It helps keep inflammation down, which are two very key, very important parts of health and modern health in particular, because inflammation is also a relatively new phenomenon that really is a killer. So keeping inflammation down, whether it's for your broken leg or because you carry a little bit extra belly fat and that gives you more inflammation, this is just a very good thing to help against that. Is the way I have felt and had been using it almost now for 10 years. It has cellular benefits, so they claim that it actually works on a cellular level. And hydrogen itself, being the smallest particle in the universe, it makes sense that it passes through almost anything and everything. So it's going to pass through and help clean out different parts of your body, including the cells. And the byproduct is water in most cases. So it's just easily, workable by your body to get rid of it if there's anything bad in that to flow away. So that's very interesting. It's also used a lot for skin conditions and for skin health. In Japan, hydrogen took off early because it was a Japanese man who originally found out about the benefits of hydrogen-infused water. Because hydrogen is in water anyway naturally, but infusing more just gives you more benefits. So they even bathe in it there in Japan. They go into rooms with hydrogen-filled, mist and all kind of other pretty cool things. So skin health is very important because it helps against oxidation, and oxidation is what we're all fighting against. We don't want to be oxidized. Like if you put metal outside, especially by the seawater, it rusts very quickly. That's called oxidation, those sort of things. So we don't want to oxidize. We want to keep everything fresh and renewing, not oxidizing and dying. And there's other people that claim that it has health benefits for sporters. A lot of sporters use it. So metabolical usage, so it helps your metabolism. Like I mentioned, people use it for the respiratory health. That's also maybe an inflammation issue. I'm not sure the science behind that, but there's a lot of people that do that as well. Okay, so I have other videos on that. I won't go too much farther into the health benefits and all that. I'm sure you're here because you've done your research. This device is really quite a breakthrough as far as I'm concerned. But I have an older device, and it's really great. The only problem is the battery life is a little bit less on that one, so I'm hoping to be better on this one. But what's amazing about this device, it has 6,000 ppb, parts per billion, of concentrated hydrogen that goes into the water. That puts this in a category of high-level hydrogen infusing devices at this price range. And this price range has also come down a lot over the years. So it's now very affordable. And when you're infusing hydrogen and, you're putting in that concentration of hydrogen in the water, that's exactly what you want. That's what you need. After 5 minutes of running a cycle, you'll be able to get the benefits of the hydrogen enriched water, infused water. 6,000 ppb parts per billion is really very, very good, and particularly at this price range. A lot of units only have typically 1.5, 2,000 ppb, and they won't have the SPE filter in the cheap units. You want to make sure you have, which this has as well, as an SPE filter, a membrane which hydrogen passes at the electrolysis process. Is sort of electrolysis process. The hydrogen passes through the membrane and gathers in the water above, the H2O. The membrane lets the filter at the electrolysis process, hydrogen rises. Harmful gases, as God has so conveniently arranged it, a lot of the like radon or ozone and other gases like this, ozone is one I remember, pass through the membrane down below, but cannot come back up to the membrane. So it's like a rat trap. They get in, but they can't get out. So once the ozone's there, it leaks out through this little exit hole down here. So you got this little exhaust area, and that'll leak out water. Don't worry, it's okay if it leaks out water. That's meant to be. That water has ozone and other less desirable compounds you want to have in it. There's ozone all the time. Some people even do ozone treatments, but we're not here to do ozone treatment. We're here to look at hydrogen infused into our water, because the hydrogen is natural. It's all around us anyway. As far as my research has shown, there's no harmful things to using infused hydrogen in your water. It's only beneficial. So in this video, the setup video, basically you can unscrew the top cap, and that's your top. You can clean this pretty much normally like you would clean. I hand clean it. I wouldn't put too much. Just use water, maybe a little bit of soap, just a little bit. I wouldn't use too much. On this part, the main part, yeah, you can wash this with a little bit of soapy water and, clean. I wouldn't put it in the dishwasher, but just, clean by hand every once in a while. I do it about once a month. It really doesn't need that much cleaning as far as I have seen. You'll get a little ticket in here, attention ticket, and this. And attention just says basically, if you find water inside of this, which we did, because I already opened it, like I said, I'll show you the video of that. Don't worry, it's not a used product. This clean, purified water is added during the production process to protect the proton exchange membrane inside the electrolyzer during shipping. All water bottles use SPE technology. Right, and it requires to be kept moist. Matter of fact, when I go away on vacation, when I come back, I let water sit in here for about 3 hours before I use it for that membrane to get moist so that the harmful components can stay filtered out and the hydrogen can infuse up. So you want to just take off this cap. I'm going to keep this cap because if I go on holiday now, this is much better than the older units as well. I can just put this little screw-on cap with a little bit of filtered water, and I'll be all set when I come back. So you just get like this is your electrolysis unit down here, your on-off switch, and this is where you charge it. It's well protected, but that's why I don't want to never wash this part, right? Okay. So I clean that out. I put out the Chinese water. Nothing against the Chinese water. It's probably really good. They say it's really good, clean, filtered water. I'm sure it is. I just, I trust I trust myself, and I've discovered that water. So just take away that variable, as it were. Now, we're going to first charge this up before we actually show you how it works. So we're going to do that first. We're charged up. And in the next video, we'll show you how to make hydrogen-infused water with the PhiPower device here, the new one. Oh, look at that. It's 1111. We always find that number interesting, 1111. Anyway. Right, so we're going to keep that and keep that. We're going to charge it up. Okay, so you just take it. I have it in a... I have a nice little plug back there where you put the USB side, and then you just go over here. You open up the little protective rubber thing there. You plug it in, and you'll see it lights up red. And when it's done charging, it will be green. So it's very convenient. So that's how you charge it. Takes not too long. The last one. We'll see how long this one takes. Probably not too long. Like an hour at most. Okay, it's all charged up. It only took about a half an hour. Maybe it was already a little bit charged though, so we'll see. This was the setup video. The first part will be more practical. This last part was more into the why. I have other videos down below you might want to watch. And the next video will come up. We'll show you how to actually use, to infuse water in the PhiPower device. It's very simple, and you'll see that. All right, everybody. David from Pineapple 01 wish you a fantastic day. Take care, and God bless.